Hello everybody, this is GWReborn here with another quick video and guide or reference for what professions with a ranger you can do on dungeons and speed clears. So first off, I would like to say that this is a reference and a guide and not the most optimal builds that I'll be giving you, but it is a good way for you to reference on what you can go with what route for the dungeons and speed clears. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, I'd like to say first before I get started that Rangers are going to be used in every dungeon in speed clear depending on the alternative builds that you run, but you're going to be really known to use Ranger Tank with Whirling Defense as the damage, and you're also going to be known to use EOE Barrage as the damage roll, and there's some other builds you'll be seeing. So let's get started. First off, Bog Root Speed Clear Froggy Farm. There is a Ranger variance for this, but it isn't the most optimal route for going with that. You want to go as a Derv or a Paragon, but you are able to do Bog Speed Clear the Froggy Farm with a Ranger. Deep, you're going to be able to do any of the deep runs with you could tank as a deep in the deep. You could also do deep skipway, and you can be able to use EOE as your off damage. A lot of people are going to recommend to have a Ranger or more carry is going to be with a Ranger because you can run 16 Beast Mastery, but a lot of people have taken Ritualist because of Spirit Spammers over the Barrage, but you can use Barrage in the deep. Next on the list, DOA. I don't have any builds for it. I know they have particular runs that people take Rangers for that, or to solo DOA with Whirling Tank as a Ranger, but in general, I'd recommend not to use Ranger and DOA unless you have a lot of experience in Pecons. You're going to be able to do FOW, Foul Speed Clear. It's going to be heavy Pecon required, but you are able to do the T1 roll in FOW, as well as you can do the tanking roll with the Dervs in there as well. Next one on the list is KaTHSC. You are able to do Cath. I wouldn't recommend it because it requires Pecons, but if you don't care about the money cost, then you can go in there and follow the assassins and run through farming Cath hammers for that run. Next one on the list, you are able to do MQSC, the Luxon faction farm. The same it goes for the KaTHSC faction farm. So KaTHSC variants, you'll just be as a RA dagger damage roll, and then MQSC you're just going to be as a runner or the finisher. Keep in mind everything I'm talking about, there's a video and a guide reference on my channel, so go ahead and check those out if you guys have any questions for videos before you ask. Next one also, you're going to do Shards of Ore. Shards of Ore is a very heavy farmed dungeon that you do for BDS drops, Bone Dragon Staffs, and you can go in there with different variations of basically they call it the RD roll. The reason they say RD is because you have Dervish secondary and you're going to use Heart of Holy Flame due to the holy damage that you can do to the skeletons. So I'll be putting a couple of variations of those builds in the video description as well. Next one is Urgoz. You can do Urgoz. A lot of people the same concept as Deep. You can do Urgoz the same way. You're going to have the EOE with Summoned Spirits to basically help support the team, and that's going to keep the Edge of Extinction in range of each big spike as you're doing it. You also could do Skipway, but it's going to require a little more competitive route with that, with Ebon Escape as well. Next one on the list is Underworld Speed Clear. Normally the Terror rolls, I think it's T3, some people do T4 as well, and T1 for Underworld. I'll be sure to put those in the build description, and keep in mind these are just a guide and reference. There is some alternatives, but you can do Underworld with the Terror rolls as a Ranger. Last but not least, Voltaic Spear Farming Dungeon. It's normally more of a leech roll, but you are really required to focus on EOE Frozen Soil spirits for the Voltaic Spear Farm. That way the enemies can't res with Frozen Soil, and the EOE is like a bomb effect. And that's all I got for you guys. Just a reference and guide. I appreciate y'all guys always watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I hope this helps some people with Rangers. Highly recommend making a Ranger if you want to do a lot of dungeons and speed clears. Just be ready to use Pecons such as candy corn, eggs, and cupcakes anytime you do any of the Terror rolls or Shadow Form tankings, because it requires 16 Shadow Arts. Well, 15, and you need those Pecons to boost your Cherubutes to get that. So until next time, guys, later.